Okay, so I've never really tried to record anything. I'm going to try to use my DSLR because now, but my wide angle sucks as far as aperture goes. So we're going to see what we can do. Lighting's going to be bad, sorry, bud. And I have no idea how I'm going to pull this off. But, for you. So, bear with me on the movement and all that crap. Okay, so, computer. Hopefully this thing can get it. Alright, so there's the old graphics card. GTX 960. It's a piece of poop. It's junk. I didn't do enough research when I bought it. I was in too much of a hurry. I kind of got ripped off because they came out the next generation like 2 seconds later. But let's get this case apart so you can actually see what the heck is going on. Said sorry about the lighting, man. It's a little tight there. I apologize for being in a hurry. It's nap time. I don't get much time. So, doing what we can here. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is throwing something on. I'll show you in a second. Alright, anti-static strap, very important, especially it's cold here, the heat's running, lots of static, lots of expensive computer crap, it doesn't like static. So, there's that. Just throw this off to the side so okay, so this might be a little better. Alright, so there's where it interfaces with the motherboard. That's PCIe Gen 3. They're just coming out with PCIe 4, which is much faster as usual. Maybe I should have not done this yet, but I don't know how long it's going to be before that stuff goes off. And basically look at it as bandwidth between 3 and 4. And these rarely saturate PCI Gen 3, but there's lanes and all other kinds of crap to learn with that. Like each lane has a certain amount of speed. Basically you're just widening a highway. But graphics take a lot, so just take note of how wide that is too, as it sits. See if we can get some more light in here. It's actually very hard to light. Okay, well, either way. So, power in is right there. Just one screw over there, like I said, interfaces, you can see where that's at. I'm going to try to do this without knocking my camera over. I'm going to cry if I do, though. Just FYI. Alright, so basically, like I said, definitely have to have that anti-static. We're going to remove that power. Do this very, very carefully. I need a shorter screwdriver. And my light. Sweet. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm rushing, but I don't have a lot of time. So there's 2 screws on the end, and I'll show you where they're at. It's insanely simple job. Can you see those 2? Oops. Alright, you want to support this while you're doing this too, because that's all on the motherboard, and these cards are actually a lot heavier than you would think. So you're supporting that. And get the catch. Hopefully I didn't just break a bunch of tracings on my motherboard, because that popped off there. That would be bad. The only reason I use the screwdrivers, I remember this thing's stiff from last time. Alright, so you work that out of there relatively gently. Alright. Come on, focus. There you go. Alright, so sorry, man. Terrible videography. Alrighty. That's your power in. Get it together. There you go. Now I see why these crazy YouTube people buy like $1 billion cameras. I get it. Okay, and there's some copper and whatnot in there. It's all heat tubing. I don't know if you can. I doubt I can get enough light in there, man. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can. It's going to try to focus on the fans. Okay, so down there, I don't know if you can see the one square edge. Anyway, there's a GPU in there. All the copper piping is heatsink stuff. So basically air goes into the block. No, it's not an air block with these. It's a water block with water cooling. But then the heat goes into those pipes, and just kind of naturally, because heat wants to go and rise, it goes through the pipes because they have a rise off of them. So, see that? Although that is upside down. So never mind. I don't know what happened. No, it flows in and out. So it goes through all the radiator stuff. It's going to be much more profound on the new one. You'll be able to see it a lot better. Because that thing's beastly. This thing's junk. Maybe not junk, but it's not good. So we'll put this somewhere. Probably not really all that safe. Okay, new one. If I can get it open without breaking it. Scary knife. Scary. Scary, so scary. Alright. Anti-static bag, by the way. That's what this is. That's a biggin. I believe that's the technical term, is biggin. This is a Strix 2080 Super 08, or sorry, 8AG. The 80G is actually a little bit better, but I didn't want to wait for one because I can't find them in stock. And, I mean, I'm not like some professional gamer. The difference isn't that ridiculous. So that's that. So let's grab that and compare. There's your thicknesses. There's length. Ugh. So, length isn't actually that much longer. This is, I don't know why they make that. There's a lot to that. Not going to get into. Sure. Let's get this set back up. Big ass fans. Oh, wait. I think there's some prerequisite to this. Where you have to there's something with this, like an unboxing trend for these kids. You have to like peel stuff off or something. Come on. I didn't do it from this corner for cine stuff, for video reason. There we go. Oh, 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 oh yeah, that's a pretty good one. Oh yeah. Yep, that's a keeper. Okay. Junk little tripod piece of right there is the slot we're going for. That's the X16 one, which is the highest bandwidth that they have. So that's what we're going to go for. Okay. So basically, pretty easy stuff here, man. It's easy cover, obviously, so that it can actually go in there. Be very careful with stuff, don't break it. This is a gigantic processor inside of a gigantic heatsink with a bunch of fans. And weirdly, the power delivery, did I touch that or something? And I dirtied my power delivery. So that doesn't seem like a great thing, because these don't need a bunch of oil all over them. Those are little baby, I can't remember what the heck they are. I think they're not little baby transformers. They are something. I'm blanking, like I said. Sorry, I'm very tired too. Barely slept. Okay, so there's that. But also with this one, because it's enormous, I forgot I have to take out an extra screw. It's going to need that for support. And this case is kind of junk too, man. You're going to want to get a better case than this if you do end up doing this ridiculousness. Hope that helped a little bit. And uh-oh. Oh, you gotta be joking. Chris, I don't think it fits. Dude, it doesn't fit in this. Oh, God. It doesn't fit. The other one it fit. The EVGA one, it fit in here. What the hell? Nope. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do some modifying here, so that sucks. I can't believe that is like just a hair too long. The other one fit perfect. Alright, signing off. Sorry, man. If you get time, I'm just gonna hustle through this. Here's what I'm gonna do. You don't even have to watch this. This is the optional video. Basically, that hard drive and that entire cage are coming out. And I'm going to wreck my cable management, and I don't think I care. I hate being in a hurry. Seems to be the way I always am to never win. Thankfully, it appears to be built for this. Can you see? See what I'm doing? Yeah. I think so. Like I said, this is going to wreck my cable management. Moving all three of these down. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do this. These are both SSDs. Solid state drives. You go in there and you like it. old school hard drive from mass storage. Funny thing is, this is no bigger than the other small ones in here. Please don't break cords. I'm being lazy. I'm gonna pay for it, bro. Oh crap. Oh, I might have broken that. See what happens when you have kids. You get in a hurry, doing stupid shit, and you break stuff. That's exactly how that happens. Hopefully, to God, that still works. And now these cords are too long. I have to deal with that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, without hopefully breaking something again, is try to bend these things so that this stuff actually fits behind that cover. And then I'm going to take this drive bay right on out. No more problem. Well, also, you should use a parts tray, but I'm being lazy. And as said before, I'm in a big fat hurry. So, man, if you end up doing a build, you're going to want to get a nicer case than this. This thing's kind of... I skimped to, still see? At all? Why not? I skimped to put more money in performance stuff. And I was at the top of my budget and then some, so that's the way that went. Oops. Okay, that's back together. Back to business. I don't think this thing was really made to support DSLR, to be honest with you. Damn, enormous. Ooh, that was sketchy, wasn't it? Did that almost fall while I was over there? Huh? Chris? Chris? You tell me now. Alright. Easy. Sort of. Maybe. Triple. This is a 2.7 card slot or something like that. Some kind of debauchery. Alright. Okay. Can you see that? There's like one little locating tab in there and that's it. And you can see in the slot. Right. I gotta put this down to do this right. Sorry. Be able to 100% see what I'm doing. And also, I'm sorry if my voice sounds really weird. I'm trying not to wake up Gemma. And you know how the Sergeant camera is. Alright, so that literally goes in. And that little gray thing, I think my thumb might have been in the way. There's a little gray tab on the back of the PCI slot that just thunks down when it's in there. But you do want to make sure it's well settled. And then there's I/O on the other side, which I'm going to look over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But you make sure that that's all squared away. Then you take your thumb screws here, and you hopefully have a magnetic screwdriver, which I don't with me right now. Because it would make life tremendously easier for you. But my electronics bag is at Bobby's. Because I'm a tool. Hand switch. So this one looks like it has support. I'm not a pro. Don't quote me, but this looks like the one that probably needs to go first. Also, it's in the center, so that makes sense, right? Right. One more thing on good cases is these are almost stripped out from me changing this a few times. Sorry, I gotta move the camera. So that should take most of the weight, I would hope. I would also hope that you have better hardware than this, because these screws strip for almost no reason whatsoever. I do need a bigger screwdriver though. But I don't have it, so oh well. Haste makes waste. Sorry for the breathing. Sure, it's very attractive sounding on the camera. I believe I'm coming down ill here. I do think. Here's what I use a parts tray. It tried to escape. Nice try, bitch. Also, I have a dust hole in here that should be covered, but I don't. I have the cover for it handy. My other card was straight up triple. I'm not really sure why this isn't. I had to pull that for the other one, which this is supposed to be better than. I guess size and everything, right? This one's longer and has 3 fans though, so that's probably how it gets the cooling pulled off. Cooling is a huge issue with GPUs. They generate a lot of heat because they eat a lot of power. And as you know, you can't destroy matter. It simply changes form or state or however the... I don't know. Should be state, but I think they say simply changes form. It doesn't matter, and I don't care. Okay, so power delivery or power on this one much higher. It's over on the other side. Actually, it's 2 8-pins as opposed to the, I believe it was one 8-pin before. So this requires double the power input. But I'm already set up for that because the other one, I hope, 8. Uh-oh. I'm not set up for that. Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, there it is. I had it tied back because the other one was an 8 and a 6 pin. So this eats even more power than the other kick-ass awesome one I had. So we'll put that back together again. thusly. Yes, I know that doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to. I think that's right. I'm also heavily annoyed because I had these like nicely bent so that everything lined up the way I wanted. Don't think it's going to be that case this time. Not sure if you can see me. Very sorry. Square, not square. Not freaking down. Great, bend all the cords. Okay, the power delivery is backwards on this. It's completely upside down from the other one. Just kind of putting a big hamper on my ease here. This is normally not hard. This is still not hard. You just gotta manipulate the wires as you see fit. But there's not a lot of room in here because this thing is a monster. Make sure there's little tabs in here for the power. You have to make sure those are locked in decent. Like there's tabs that hold these little, I don't think you can see, man, I'm sorry. This little 2-pin further, because this is 1, 6, 8. There's a bunch of voltage stuff and actual delivery ability to that. You're just going to have to trust me on it because I don't remember all of the stuff. If you're not the technicals, look it up. It's like a certain amount of wattage per little pin. That's how that works. Which seems rather obvious. But you have to keep them together when you put them in because the bigger one actually holds the small one in. And this is good wiring. And it's pain because they don't want to go back the other way. Also, because I'm an idiot, and this one is actually up. There we go. Like I said, keep those little tabs ahead. That way when you plug it in, greatly there. And they hold each other together. So then, just for the sake of the case, crap, I didn't realize how bad that angle was, man. My bad. Alright, so you bend this sucker down. Just like you're in. Ooh, that sounded good. That sounded healthy. Nice little crunches and clicks. Yeah, bend this just like when you're installing electrical. It sucks. But that's all there is to it. It should actually be really fast, just some goofy little setbacks. So then we will. This will be really fun to do together, by the way. So, just saying. A lot more fun just stand here and watch you motherfuck the little thing and laugh. Someday I'm going to get a nicer case, I promise. Normally also I would have taken the opportunity to clean my case, but I don't care. There we go, ish. Couple screws back in and that's the end, my dude. Yep, end's gone. Alright.